Hello and welcome to another update video about Cosmos Atom. So for Cosmos, it is another cryptocurrency where the price forecast that I created with the use of the Elliott Wave method back in December, January worked out. We came here into the target area perfectly. I even had to extend it down a little bit because it actually dropped a little bit too far, but that's fine. But it should definitely not drop below this 88.7% fib level at $6.20. That would not be good for the chart. I mean, it could even drop maybe briefly here to this previous support level where we had a lot of support back in September 2020. That would be around $4, but it definitely should not drop below that. Yeah, because then there isn't much that will hold the price. There isn't much support left. Okay, so overall this has worked out. In terms of the wave count, I see this here as a wave 1, this here as an ABC, and this has also not changed, and then the C wave to end in this blue target area. This is what I primarily expect and also hope for Cosmos. I hope that the $6 level will hold, or $6.20. And how likely is that now? Well, let's take a look. So we had here a bit of a descending wedge on the chart that broke to the downside when the price actually moved into the target area here. We have here within the target area actually the 78.6% fib level. So this target area is a bit extended, but I can actually narrow it down now because we've reached it. Anyway, even this one here between the 88.7 and the 78.6% fib level, and we have not moved out of it again. It needs to move out of it now. This is what is happening or must happen now in the very short term. Unfortunately, we don't have enough structure in the price chart yet to really establish what is happening here at the moment. There isn't really a lot. It is only a first wave really that we can see here, and maybe a second one. It is not enough to really establish, is this already the beginning of an impulsive move up? Is it only a corrective move? To me personally, this still looks very corrective at the moment. But again, we don't have enough structure yet. What could obviously happen, and that would be the bearish version, that we get something like this here, yeah, where you have all these overlaps, which would then essentially then be something like a bear flag. Yeah, when you overlap too much, this then indicate it could be a bear flag. You have an ascending, get an ascending wedge here, out of which you then drop down once more. This would sort of be the bearish version, what I would love to see, but I don't think it's going to happen, because also I do expect still another dip for Bitcoin. What I would love to see is here a wave 1, 2, and there you can see why we don't have enough structure yet, because we really only have 1 or 2 waves here. Then we need to see wave 3, 4, and 5. So at the moment, from an Elliott Wave point of view, there isn't really a lot that would give me here information about what is happening down here. I think that will become quite apparent over the next few days. So far, this price has done what it should do, what it needed to do. It has come below the low of the wave A. It took a while, but then really the last step here was really, really fast. And we eventually came into the target area, and we are now below all these important resistance levels. So this is where we need to get above to really reduce the downside potential, because as long as we are below this first red line here around $17.40, until we break back above that, there is really no opportunity for any kind of sustainable uptrend, because we had support back here, and also here very recently. So this $17.40 level really needs to be broken in order to unlock higher prices. It's always easier said than, or it always sounds so simple. And of course, it sounds a bit stupid to say, all right, when we break that level, we go higher. But it is just structurally an important level in the chart. And yes, of course, if we move all the way up to 1740 and then cannot break through that, then the downside potential will still be very much there, which means that there is still a lot of potential that we actually come back and make even a lower low. And the reason for that really is that you have not, in all this move up, yeah, if we break all the way, or if we move all the way up to $17.40, you are not making any higher high. And because you're not making any higher high, the downtrend is still very much at play. But at least when you move above that $17.40 level, then the probability increases very much that you also reach the previous swing high here. That would be at 2025. And when you make it above that, at least you're ending the immediate downtrend because you're making a first higher high. That is what we need to do. And then next resistance after that would be the $23 level. And after that, we've got here $28, but then we're already at a 3x from where we are now pretty much. So at the moment, again, it's a bit unclear what we're doing here. For me personally, the way the price has come down in here, yeah, it has been so impulsive, it has been so strong that I think there will be one more dip. And what we currently see here as well, it looks very corrective. The price has difficulties to leave the target area again. It has difficulties to break above the 78.6% Fibonacci level. And yes, we have made a higher high, but also, a higher low. But what we need to do now is to make a higher high. And then what will then be interesting to see, or what is now interesting to see and important, is where will that next high go? Yeah, how high will that go? And what will the next low do? Yeah, because if we then get an overlap here between, so when that low cuts into the price action of this high, this would then be quite already a first indication that we're not in an impulse yet. Yeah, and where would that next wave have to go to already increase the likelihood that we are in an impulse? Because this would be a wave 1 here, this is a wave 2, and then the next one a wave 3. Where would a wave 3 need to go to? We can give us, or we can calculate the minimum targets for that. That would have to go to at least $15.10 in order to count as a wave 3. So it's quite a bit of a journey it has to do. So let's see if it's going to do that. If not, it could just be a 1-2, another 1-2, or it could just be an A, B, C, from which we then continue the downtrend further. Okay, and again, $6.20 is the very relevant level here on the chart. And yeah, for now, the strength, I'm missing the strength. We need to move at least out of this target area here. And this has also been a lot, an area of support in the past at 78.6% Fib level. So it is now resistance. But we are potentially building up here for a current breakout. But that is now what the market needs to decide. We're just below resistance. And the market needs to push, the bulls need to push higher here, just below resistance. So it's an interesting point here. And it is weekend, bear in mind, so the volume naturally is a little bit lower. So we might not see a decision here on the weekend, but possibly towards the candle close tomorrow, the weekly candle close. All right, so that is my view of Cosmos Atom. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.